Hi, welcome to the channel. Today is the fourth day of the eighth chapter, that is, make your attitude your allies. Let's start. Here's a daily exercise that pays off surprisingly well. Ask yourself every day, what can I do today to make my wife and family happy? This may seem almost too simple, but it is amazingly effective. One evening, as part of a cell training program, I was discussing building the home environment for selling success. To illustrate a point, I asked the salesman who were all married when was the last time, aside from Christmas, your wedding anniversary, or her birthday, that you surprised your wife with a special gift? Even I was shocked at the answers. Of the 35 salesmen, only one had surprised his wife in the past month. Many of the group answered between 3 and 6 months, and over a third said, I can't remember. Imagine, and some men wonder why their wives no longer treat them like Mr. King with a crown. I wanted to impress these salesmen with the power of the thoughtful gift. The next evening, I arranged to have a florist appear just before the close of the session. I introduced him and lived with them. I want each of you to discover what a little unexpected remembrance will do to build a better home environment. I have arranged with the florist for each of you to get a fine long steamed red rose for just 50 cents. Now, if you don't have 50 cents, or if you think your wife isn't worth that, they loved, I will buy the flower for her myself. All I ask is that you take the rose to your wife and then tomorrow evening tell us what happened. Don't, of course, tell her how you came to purchase their rose for her. They understood. Without exception, every fellow testified the next evening that the mere investment of 50 cents made his wife happy. Do something special for your family often. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It's thoughtfulness that counts. Anything which shows that you put your family's interests first will do the trick. Get the family on your team. Give them planned attention. In this busy age, a lot of people never seem able to find time for their families, but if we plan, we can find it. One company vice president told me of this method, which he says works well for him. My job carries a lot of responsibility, and I have no choice but to bring quite a lot of work home every night. But I will not neglect my family because it's the most important thing in my life. It's the main reason I work as hard as I do. I have worked out a schedule that enables me to give attention to my family as well as to my work. From 7:30 to 8:30 every evening, I devote my time to my two young children. I play games with them, read them stories, draw and answer questions, anything they want me to do. After an hour with those kids of mine, they are not only satisfied, but I am 100% fresher. At 8:30 they tot off to bed and I settle down to work for 2 hours. At 10:30 I quit working and spend the next hour with my wife. We talk about the kids, her various activities, our plans for the future. These are undisturbed by anything is a wonderful way to cap off the day. I also reserve Sundays for my family. The whole day is theirs. I find my organized program for giving my family the attention it deserves is good not only for them but also good for me. It gives me new energy. What to want to make money? Then get the put service first attitude. It's perfectly natural. In fact, it's highly desirable to want to make money and accumulate wealth. Money is power to give your family and yourself the understand of living yourself the standard of living they deserve. Money is power to help the unfortunate. Money is one of the means of living life fully. Once criticized for urging people to make money, the great minister Russell H. Cornwell, author of Acres of Diamonds, said, money printed your Bible, money builds your purchases, money builds your churches, money sends your missionaries, and money pays your preachers, and you would not have many of them either if you did not pay them. The person who says he wants to be poor usually suffers from a guilt complex or a feeling of inadequacy. He is like the youngster who feels he can't make as in school or make the football team. So he pretends he doesn't want to make as or play football. Money then is a desirable objective. What's puzzling about money is the backward approach to so many people use in trying to make it. Everywhere you see people with a money first attitude. You yet these same people always have little money. Why? Simply this. People with a money first attitude become so money conscious that they forget money can't be harvested unless they plant the seeds that grow the money. And the seed of money is service. That's why put service first is an attitude which creates wealth. Put service first and money takes care of itself. One summer evening, I was traveling by car through Cincinnati. It was time for a gas up. I stopped at an ordinary looking but surprisingly busy service station. 4 minutes later, I knew why this particular service station was so popular. After filling my car with gasoline, checking under the hood, and cleaning the outside of my windshield. The attendant walked around to my side of the car and said, "Pardon me, sir. It's been a dusty day. Let me clean the inside of your windshield." Quickly and efficiently, he did a thorough job of cleaning the inside of my windshield, something not one service station attendant in 100 ever does. This little special service did more than improve my night visibility, and it improved it a lot. It made me remember this station. It so happened that I made 8 trips through Cincinnati during the next 3 months. Each time, of course, I stopped at the station, and each time I got more service than I expected to get. Interesting too was the fake fact that each time I stopped, once it was 4 a.m., there were other automobiles filling up also. In all, I probably purchased about 100 gallons of gasoline from this station. The first time I stopped, the attendant could have thought to himself, "This guy is from out of the state. Odds are 20 to 1 that he'll never be back. Why do more than give him the routine treatment? He's only a one time customer." But the attendants in that station didn't think that way. They put service first, and that's why they were busy pumping gasoline while other stations looked almost deserted. If the gasoline was any better than a dozen other brands, I didn't notice it, and the price was competitive. The difference was service, and it was obvious that service was paying off in profits. When the attendant of my first visit cleaned the inside of my windshield, he planted a money seed. Put service first, and money takes care of itself always. The put service first attitude pays off in all situations. In one of my first jobs, I worked closely with another young fellow whom I will call FS. FS was like many persons, you know. He was preoccupied with why he needed more money instead of being preoccupied with ways to make money. Each week, FH spent hours of company time working on his personal budget problems. His favorite topic of conversation was, "I am the most underpaid man here. Let me tell you why." FS had the not uncommon attitude of, "This is a big company. It's knitting millions. It's paying a lot of people big salaries, so it ought to pay me more too." FH had been passed over several times for pay increases. Finally, one day he decided that it was high time he went in there and demanded more money. About 30 minutes later, FH was back, all heated up all heated up. His expression made it obvious that next month's check would look exactly like this month's check. Immediately, FH began to let go. "Boy, am I mad. What do you suppose?" the old man said. "When I told him I wanted more money, he had the gall to ask me, 'Why do you believe you are justified in asking for an increase?' I gave him plenty of reasons," FH went on. "I told him I I would been passed over when others are around." here were getting pay raises. I told him my bills are getting larger and my paycheck instant. And I told him that I do everything around here they ask me to do. Can you beat that? I need a rise, but instead of paying me more, they give out raises to other guys around here who don't need it half as much as I do. Why the way he acted? FH continued. You would think I was asking for charity. All he would say is, when your record shows that you deserve more money, you will get more money. Sure, I could do a better job if they paid me for it, but only a fool does something he isn't paid for. Efes is an example of the bread that is blind to the how of making money. His last remark sums up his mistake. In fact, FS wanted the company to pay him more and then he would produce more. But this is not how the system works. You don't get a rise on the promise of better performance. You get a raise only by demonstrating better performance. You can't harvest money unless you plant the seeds that grow money. And the seed of money is service. Put service first, and money takes care of itself. Consider which producers make the money from movies. The Get Rich Quick producer proceeds to make a picture, putting money ahead of entertainment service. He cuts corners everywhere. He buys a poorly written script and employs second-rate writers to adapt it. In employing actors, arranging sets, even in recording sounds, he puts money first. This producer thinks the movie goer is a sucker, someone who can't tell good from bad. But the get rich quick producer seldom does get rich quick. There never is a bandwagon movement to buy anything second class, especially when it is given a first class price. The producer who enjoys the largest profits from pictures puts entertainment ahead of money. Rather than chisel the moviegoer, he does everything possible to give people more and better entertainment than they expect to get. The result, people like the movie, it gets talked about, it gets good reviews, and it makes money. Again, put service first and money takes care of itself. The waitress who concentrates on giving the best possible service needn't worry about tips. They will be there. But her counterpart who overlooks the empty coffee cups, why refill them? They don't look like tippers, won't find any gratuities. The secretary who resolves to make those letters look better than the boss expects will do all right on future paychecks. But the secretary who thinks, why worry about a few smudges? What do they expect for $65 a week? She's stuck at $65 a week. The salesman who gives a full service to an account need harbor no fears he will lose the account. Here is a simple but powerful rule that will help you to develop the put service first attitude. Always give people more than they expect to get. Each little extra something you do for others is a money seed. Volunteering to work late and get the department out of the tight spot is a money seed. Giving customers extra service is a money seed because it brings customers back. Advancing a new idea that will increase efficiency is a money seed. Money seeds, of course, grow money. Plant service and harvest money. Spend some time each day answering this question: how can I give more than is expected for me? Then apply the answers. Put service first and money takes care of itself. In quick recap, grow attitudes that will carry you forward to success. Number one, grow the I am activated attitudes. Results come in proportion to enthusiasm invested. Three things to do to activate yourself are: dig into it deeper. When you find yourself disinterested in something, dig in and learn more about it. This sets of enthusiasm. B. Life up everything about you: your smile, your handshake, your talk, even your walk. Act alive. C. Broadcast good news. No one ever accomplished anything positive telling bad news. 2. Grow the you are important attitude. People do more for you when you make them feel important. Remember to do these things. Show appreciation at every opportunity. Make people feel important. B. Call people by name. 3. Grow the service first attitude and watch money take care of itself. Make it a rule in everything you do. Give people more than they expect to get. And this is the end of the 8th chapter. We will start next chapter in the coming session. If you are new on the channel, subscribe it and press the bell icon so you will get the notification of new video upload. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you.